want to take you to Gauteng's East Rand. Ekurhuleni Metro Police have begun evicting residents occupying land near Esselen Park on Gauteng's East Rand. Last week, the High Court in Johannesburg dismissed the residents' application against the evictions. Residents say they occupied the land in 2020 after they lost their jobs due to the COVID-19 pandemic and they could not afford to pay rent. Let's bring in Nozintombi Miya. She's covering the story for us. Nozi, very good afternoon to you. Tell us more about what's happening where you are.
Yeah, thanks so much, Blaine. What we saw here was quite shocking. I mean, on a Sunday afternoon, most families are at home enjoying their Sunday meal. But this community here in Esselen Park has no place. And what you can see behind me is, the remnants of the destruction that was caused here in this community, with some of the community members trying to rebuild one of the shacks that was destroyed. One of the community members shacks destroyed. It's a young lady who had a baby, who is breastfeeding a baby. And they need to be able to rebuild her shack before the down tonight. She and her baby can at least have a place to stay overnight. In the interim, the rest of the able-bodied community are sleeping in the streets. To give you an idea of where we are, it looks like we're surrounded by veld. It's a piece of municipal land that was vacant for quite a while. It's filled with reeds. It has no roads. It has no access. They've built a little path to get access in from the main community area to where they stay, and it's about half a kilometer, about 500 meters walk from where we're standing right now to where the community entrance is. It is squalid. It is dire. They have nothing. There's no water. It is absolutely dangerous. They're exposed to the elements. And what we're going to do, Blaine, is speak to one of the community members. Before we do that, I just want to show you in the background, there's a lady here in the community who is making food for herself. They've had to make makeshift fires. They've had to make makeshift water. They're distributing food, bread. I mean, you can see some of the children here. I mean, it's absolutely... And so I'm going to speak to one of the community members. His name is Rodney Charles Mabuza, and he is a community member here. And we're going to get a bit more information from him, Blaine, about how they ended up here and what the situation has been with the EMPD and where they're hoping to get some sort of redress. Thank you so much, Mr. Mabuza. You say there's about 2,000 people living here. How did you guys end up living here?
Yeah, we started last year. It was August on the 10th. On August on the 10th when we started to sitting here. The problem is we started when the COVID started beating us. Why? Because we are no more working. So it's whereby as a community we have a caucus that where we are renting plus or minus 1,000. Like myself, I'm renting 1,200 rand. So my landlord said, okay, that she doesn't care about the COVID. The thing that she wants man. So it's whereby we started allocating this place. This place has been sitting here for the past 27 to 28 years. So it was a dump site. If you can check all here, there's a rubble. Those people making a rubble removal, they were dumping here. We started building last. It was October. So when the EMPD came that demolishing, and if they arrive at demolishing our shacks, they burn it. They don't take that thing. They burn it. They just demolishing with the bed and everything. They just burn it here. So we did go to the mayor's office at Jamestown on the 20th of February. The mayor didn't respond in favor of us. He tell us that if you want a place to apply for their house. We've got people. They've been applying for those houses. The mayor that told us that, they've got a Form C. They never get all those houses. So the problem is we want that the mayor this EMPD land eviction. Why? Because when they don't have even a paper to tell us that they.
Okay, Rodney, there. Come, let's walk towards. Come, let's walk, Rodney. continue this conversation. Rodney, I can hear the anger, I can hear the frustration. Yes. And what you're saying is that the Premier of Gauteng spoke to you and the community members earlier this month, right?
2 weeks back, he was here at Tembisa. I spoke to him with this gentleman, David Makura. He said, David Makura, those people on the boardroom of EMPD, they must stop to evicting us here. They must leave us here until further notice. David Makura himself. So those people, they break the rules of David Makura. They used to come here. Why? Because those people, they're giving them a bribe there at Slochile. Okay. They give them the envelope. Even today.
Right. So before we start with the allegations, let's talk about the court process. You said that there was a court process that prevented the EMPD from evicting you guys, right?
Yes.
What has since happened with that court process?
Since that court process, they came here while we've got that paper that it stopped them that they mustn't come and demolish Cook. They said they cannot take that court process. Why? Because they don't have it at their office there. So it's whereby they use a full force to come and demolish those Mikuk.
Yes. And the problem with them coming in and using full force is that there are women and children here. Yes. And they came in here and they've left several of your people and arrested a mother and her child.
Yes, today they arrested 5 people. There is this guy by the name of Nyati, is the boss of land eviction. That guy, they gave him the envelope. Even today, they gave him the envelope there. It's a bribe. This thing, I think that maybe there's someone who sent them here. Why? Because we did go and make a research about this place. This place belongs to Maspara, doesn't belong to anyone. So, but I think that there are people that are involved here. Why? Because if they are finishing demolishing this shack, Nyati and his company, they take envelopes there at Slochile. Even today, they take the envelope, Nyati.
All right. Obviously, those are allegations that are still untested, and obviously we'd have to get their side of the story to be able to get a clearer picture. But in the meanwhile, what are you hoping to achieve? Like, what are you hoping? If you had the ear of the Premier right now, what would you like to tell the Premier if you guys are unable to continue staying here? What would you like to tell the Premier in terms of assisting you guys?
No, we are asking the Premier to assist us, even the Mayor, that they must leave us, right? Because this field is here for the past 27 years. So we don't have any place to stay. So if and only if they've got a place to stay that they can take us somewhere, we don't refuse, right? Because this place doesn't have anyone. So we want to stay here because of the...
There is no water here. There's no water. You guys are in the veld. You're in the element. It doesn't really look like a very hygienic or sanitary place. Would it not be better to ask for the assistance of them to send you to a that has got at least water and proper shelter?
No, we've got water down there. We've got a pipe down there. Water we are getting there. Other people, they go and ask there to the location. We've got water here. They think that we can ask them, maybe it's a sanitation of a mobile toilet. But we can do it for ourselves, right? Because this government is lying. We can do it for ourselves, that thing. The thing that we want the place to stay only. Yes, it's the thing that we want it.
And I know we're going to speak to some of the community members a little bit later, but right now, how is everyone feeling?
Everyone is emotional. Heavy. Why? Because they don't have a place to sleep even today. You can see they came in and demolished all those mikukus here. So we started rebuilding it. Yeah, so everyone is on his motion is on top there. Yes.
And the 5 people that were arrested, how are you going to get them out? I mean, you guys are barely making ends meet. How are you going to get them out if you have to pay for bail or get them out?
Right now, we want to mobilize every people here. We want to go to the police station that they must remove them right now. We want, if and only if they don't want to remove them, all of us, they must arrest us. Yeah, it's the thing that we want. Right now, we finish here. All of us, they must arrest us if they don't remove those people there.
Are you open as a community to negotiations or mediations from government and all the different parties involved?
We did write a letter. The letter, they said they're going to respond it on Tuesday, next week Tuesday. We give it to the mayor's PA there.
You gave the mayor a memorandum to say that they must respond on Tuesday.
Yes, so we did write that thing. But the memorandum, the mayor responded. Why? Because we go to the mayor's office on the 22 of last month. He replied with an email. He said each and everyone that in South Africa, if you want a house, they must apply a RDP house. We've got people here that they've got that Form C. Since they applied the house 96, 97, 98. We've got plus or minus 300 people here that they've got that Form C. So that government of us is failing us, if telling us if you want a place to stay in South Africa, you must apply for RDP. How come? Why? Because those people, they want to stay here, they will build it themselves. Why? Because this government is failing them. It's failing them, this government.
Now, what concerns me, Rodney, is that the court has said that, the court has allowed the evictions to take place. Where does that leave you and your community? Because, if the court should be taken at its word, it then means that the evictions should continue.
No, those people, they came here. In South Africa, if you are removing people, you must come with a paper in black and white. Those people, they don't come with even a paper, a court order to tell us that they don't want us here. They just come and build our mikuku here. They don't come with a paper here. We challenge them to the court. They don't want to come to the court. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rodney. We're going to leave it there, Blaine. The story that we're hearing here is a story that is so widespread in the country, where people have lost their jobs as a result of COVID and have no place to stay, have made alternatives, and it's a fight between the municipality trying to find them alternative accommodation and the courts intervening to try and find long-lasting solutions. But now we have a community of more than 2,000 people with young children that you've seen here, a breastfeeding mother being forcefully removed without alternatives being given to them or being offered to them, left to sleep in the open without any shelter in the veld here in Esselen Park. And it truly is such a tragedy because, it's the people themselves who will be impacted the most, and the children traumatized as a result of this unfortunate situation. Blaine.
Nozintombi, any reaction from police as yet?
Yeah, earlier we did speak to the Gauteng Premier's office, and the Gauteng's Premier's office said that they hope that the Ekurhuleni municipality, along with the residents here, can find a resolution that is amicable, and they're calling for calm, and they're calling for all parties to come to the table for a mediation. And obviously, they're offering themselves to be the mediator in this matter, but as a province, it is quite tricky for them to intervene in a municipal issue. But, at the end of the day, what does need to happen is a resolution. We cannot see a situation in South Africa where 2,000 people, 2,000 residents who have no jobs, are getting by with the small scraps of work that they can, not having a place to stay or a shelter to stay in. Rodney told me earlier as we were walking, that 500 meters where they stay, that currently they're staying under tents. It's a tent for men and it's a tent for women and for children. And those tents were contributed by the local church. It begs the question, where is the municipality in this? In as much as the municipality is enforcing the rules and regulations, there should be some compassion and humanity and redress for people like this who then end up having no place to stay or having to find makeshift places to stay, where they're vulnerable to the elements, they're vulnerable to criminal elements because they have nothing. And this is the responsibility of municipality, especially the Ekurhuleni municipality, to come to the party and be the guiding light for the people here. Blaine.
Nozintombi Miya, on scene for us. Appreciate your reporting. Thank you very much indeed. No doubt Nozi will get all sides of the story. Number of allegations made there. She will be following up to get you the very latest from there. Almost 30 years.